From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
A favorite place for folks from all over Greater Hazleton to just buy anything they need is closed down by an imminent danger. The Pocono Market Fair condemned. Our top story on News 13 for this Friday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Well, if you were planning on getting your groceries at Terrace Plaza this weekend, you're going to have to change your plans. Police condemned the Pocono Mountain Fair this morning. Christina Papa with why it was done and what people think about it.
Folks who work at Terrace Plaza are out of a job until further notice. The building where they work has been condemned.
Definitely not. Between gas money, books, my lunches, I need the money right now.
This worker isn't alone. At least 100 people will be out of jobs until further notice. Friday morning, police condemned the Pocono Mountain Fair because of this smokestack.
We were notified that the smokestack, in fact, is a hazard. It's falling apart.
Police say this unsafe structure could fall at any time, which is why they're telling everyone to stay away.
This has been deemed as a hazard. 3 separate engineers have reviewed this: PennDOT, Norfolk Southern, and Alfred Benish, Dominic Yanuzzi. And they have all deemed this structure as a hazard that needs to come down.
Police say the closing of the plaza shouldn't come as a surprise to the property owner who lives out of state. He was notified in March of 2012 that the smokestack needed to be demolished. The owner was later fined by Magistrate Zola's office. As of today, the fine has not been paid.
So we're closing the property until such time that the property owner can remove or abate the issue, which is the smokestack that needs to come down.
The building supervisor, Buddy Nellens, says he was aware of the issue and was in the process of finding a company to take down the hazard. Now he says the smokestack could be demolished as early as today.
Well, the chimney was in the makings of coming down, and the city got to us before we had a chance to bring it down. And so they are already in process of getting a permit and getting work started today if possible.
Buddy says demolishing the smokestack could cost them almost $100,000.
4 businesses in all will have to shut down until that smokestack is taken down, and that includes Hollywood Nails. Customers who go there say they're upset and they hope it reopens soon.
Oh, I'd have to go out to the mall, and I really prefer to stay here. It shouldn't affect these people. It would really hurt business.
Folks who live around the area will also be notified of the hazard. Police are advising folks in a certain mile radius to leave their homes for protection. The railroad in that area will also not be in use until further notice. Christina Papa, News 13, Hazleton.
The Luzerne County District Attorney has charged its person of interest in the hit-and-run death of a 5-year-old boy in Wilkes-Barre just before Christmas. 22-year-old Thomas Latier Jr. of Plains Township was arraigned before a magistrate on leaving the scene of an accident charges in the death this morning. He pleaded not guilty to that charge. Wilkes-Barre police seized his red Pontiac Grand Am from his home back on January 4th and labeled him as a person of interest in the death of 5-year-old Kevin Miller. The little boy was killed by a hit-and-run driver in a red car while crossing North Street with his parents and brothers after they had just left a Christmas party in the neighborhood. Surveillance video in the neighborhood helped identify the car, which led police to Latier. Well, the nice weather this week has meant a deadly start to motorcycle season. 2 area residents are dead, another hospitalized after a series of crashes. But as Matthew Petrillo reports, these accidents are avoidable.
To some, that's the guttural growl of a motorcycle. But to bikers, that's the sweet sound of spring. With the weather warming, droves of cyclists are taking their steel hogs back onto the roads. And northeastern Pennsylvania is a hotspot when it comes to motorcycles.
Yeah, through the Poconos, down the valley, there's lots of good riding. Jim Thorpe area. I mean, people travel in from Jersey and stuff like that just to ride around here.
And when it comes to taking his bike out of the garage and onto the roads, Nick says it's therapy.
Not caring about anything besides you and the road. You know, like they say, you never see a Harley parked in front of a psychiatrist's office.
They may not be seeing shrinks, but lately Pennsylvania has seen an uptick of cyclists in the emergency room. Now these hogs look pretty, but they're also pretty dangerous. According to crash statistics released by PennDOT, there are about 4,000 wrecks involving motorcycles reported in 2012. About 200 were deadly. That's a slight increase from 2011.
Literally have to try and anticipate what other people are going to do and don't just assume.
State Trooper Shannon York says driving motorcycles is dangerous, but accidents are preventable. She says always be aware of what's around you and always drive a safe speed. And she says even though cyclists don't legally have to wear a helmet in Pennsylvania, she says strap them on.
There's just crashes that, no matter what, due to circumstances, you die. However, wearing a helmet does increase your chances of survival. Obviously, if you get in a crash and you hit your head, a helmet will protect you.
Nick says most motorcycle accidents are not the fault of the cyclist.
It's, someone not paying attention, going through an intersection, a young girl on a cell phone not paying attention.
He says drivers in other vehicles can also help prevent motorcycle accidents.
I often see cars right behind motorcycles, tailgating motorcycles, and that's not good.
Still, he says he can't stop loving the thrill of two-wheel cruising. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Hazleton.
And still ahead on News 13, after a soggy morning, the rain will end, and we'll tell you when on News 13 weather. But first, get up and ready to shake it Zumba style. We'll preview a fun fundraiser for a good cause when News 13 continues. They're ready to dance away the pounds for a good cause. Christina Papa joined in on the fun yesterday to find out how a local baseball league is raising money for an upcoming season.
They've traded in their cleats for some dancing shoes. Now folks from the community are working out for a worthy cause.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing it, and it's a lot of exercise and it's a good workout. It's similar to aerobics, but it's with the international music, and it has so much energy. And you want to just keep going.
Lucy Welsh is talking about the workout dance craze, Zumba. Lucy dances along with her partner, Romy, here at Partysville Fitness every Thursday night during their weekly Zumba class. This Saturday at 11, they'll be taking their workout routine to the West Hazleton Fire Police Station to support the West Hazleton Baseball Association.
It's April 13th. It's a fundraiser for baseball, West Hazleton Baseball League. And it's at 11 o'clock, and it's a Zumbathon.
Secretary of the association, Denise Wolf, is excited about this event. She says the boys really need the community's support.
We have a league. It starts at T-ball, and it goes all the way up to Babe Ruth, so it's ages 4 to 15. So we have a lot of expenses throughout the year. With the field, we have 3 fields to upkeep, uniforms.
And for those who may be nervous to get their groove on, Lucy says you don't have to be an expert to join in on the fun.
You could just, any level could start. You can modify it if you want to. You can go as fast as you want to. It's up to you how you want to do it.
And as you can see behind me, the mirrors are starting to fog over from them working out. The girls say if you're going to come, don't be afraid to sweat.
It's a great workout, great way to get in shape for the summer. It's a lot of fun. It is, you sweat, but it's fun.
There'll be bottled water there because you are going to sweat, but you will have fun.
The Baseball Association held Zumbathon a few months ago. Denise says last time went well, and she hopes this time will be even better.
We've been doing it. We did a fundraiser in October, and this is our second one. In September, October, we had about 35 people. So the more the merrier. We have a big room at the firehouse, in the second floor of the firehouse. It's large, so we could fit a lot of people. We welcome everybody.
Allison Disabella Cara will also be at the benefit on Saturday. Christina Papa, News 13, Greater Hazleton.
Looks like it's going to be a fun time. And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, all those heavy storms we experienced overnight and right through the morning, as you can see, kind of moving on out. There will just be a passing shower every now and again through the evening. Creative condition, perfect for a rainy day. It's by Kendall Pauline, a first grader at Valley Elementary, and she's in her yellow slicker and her pink rain hat, and she's running through the raindrops. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton. For tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy with a chance of showers through the evening. Low tonight down to 39. And for Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 53. It'll be cold at night, though, with the low going down to 31. And heading on down to Schuylkill County, tonight cloudy and colder with a low around 37. And for Saturday, partly sunny and breezy with a high up to 55, but an overnight low just around freezing, 33 degrees.
Back here at the Hazleton Animal Shelter for this week's Adopt Me, and today we have a sweet little border collie named Angel, Chris.
That's correct. Angel is an approximately 2-year-old border collie or border collie mix. She's pretty small for a border collie. She has beautiful fur, very shiny and healthy, and she's very affectionate. She loves people. She's also fairly playful, but she's more cuddly than she is playful. Now, Border Collies are working breeds. She's not a very large dog, but it would still be best for her to go to someone with a decent amount of room, someone who has maybe a larger yard or plans on doing a lot of walks or outdoor activities. They're a very active breed. She is vaccinated, currently completely up to date on her rabies and distemper shots. She has yet to be tested for heartworm and Lyme, and she has yet to be spayed as well.
Now, she does seem a little nervous around people that she first meets, but once she warms up to you, she can't get enough of you.
That's correct. She's a little bit slow right in the beginning, right off the get-go. She's cautious. Herding animals are used to guarding their flocks and their cattle from other sorts of predators, as well as keeping the animals on the move. So she's cautious by nature, but very loving when she gets to know you. Also, she will do fine with other animals that are her size or larger, but she's not really good around smaller dogs.
Okay, and there's Angel. Now let's head on inside to the cat colony. So now we are here in the cat colony, and today we have a little guy who likes to hang upside down, Chris, Sylvester.
That's right. We have little Sylvester here, who is an approximately 6 to 8 month old domestic shorthair. He's already neutered, up to date on his shots, and tested negative for feline leukemia and FIV. He's very affectionate, very playful. As you can see, he can be held. He has no qualms about being put upside down. He's very handleable, very people-friendly. He's also pretty good with other cats because he came in here with his sister, who was recently adopted. So he's starting to get a little bit lonely, and he would certainly love to go to a home very shortly.
Okay, and if you guys are interested at home in this little guy or Angel, who we saw earlier, come on down to the Hazelton Animal Shelter at 101 North Poplar Street. And for this week's Adopt Me, I'm Stephanie Gorney. Today's Adopt Me segment is brought to you by Brook Hill Animal Hospital, located at Brook Hill Square, northeast in Cunningham. Brook Hill Animal Hospital helps our pets live healthier, happier lives. Call 788-3700 or visit at www.brookhillanimalhospital.com.
And let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily number 492, the big 4, 4017, Quinto 98663, and the treasury hunt 4691519. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Ethel Listishok of Beaver Meadows. She celebrates Sunday from your family and friends. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, Community Services for Sight invites you to a Vera Bradley luncheon Sunday, April 14th at Capriotti's in McAdoo. Tickets are just $23 in advance and $26 at the door. Ticket includes lunch and a chance to win new and retired Vera Bradley handbags. Call 570-455-0421 for more information. Also tonight, United Rehabilitation Services will be holding their annual Spring Bazaar Saturday, May 4th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The day will feature food, games, flea market, Chinese auction, and much more. A variety of exciting items will also be available for auction. For more info, please call 570-459-9784. And finally, the Nescapec State Park will be holding several upcoming programs. April 17th, Plant for Conservation. April 20th, Fishing Tackle Loaner Day. April 21st, Guided Bird Walk. April 24th, Guided Hike. And Saturday, April 27th, Park Cleanup. For more info, call 570-403-2006. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Michael E. Pavlik Jr. of Freeland. Services will be held Sunday at 10 a.m. in the St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Robert J. Click Sr. of Sugarloaf. All services will be held privately and at the convenience of the family. Colonel Walter J. Kankowski of Shenandoah. The Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Judson Rentschler of Ringtown. Viewing is Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Stauffer Bresnik Funeral Home. Ann R. Smarsh of Hazelton. Mass is Saturday at 9 a.m. in the Most Precious Blood Church. Services are under the direction of the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Margaret Arrow of Hazelton. Arrangements will be private and under the direction of the Turnbach Funeral Home. And Lawrence Mott of Freeland. Arrangements will be announced by the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's, once again, the Hazelton area's #1 rated restaurant. Call 570-501-3410 for information on luncheon packages.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, there once was a time when professional boxing, the heavyweights, even down to the lightweights, they were a major event. I know a lot of people don't remember this, but those of us that do, it was comparable to the World Series or the Super Bowl. And that went all the way down to the amateur levels. And the classic there were the Golden Gloves. And that kind of has faded out. Amateur boxing used to be very big in the greater Hazleton area at one time, even going into the early 1970s. But that's faded away. But it's making a little bit of a comeback. It's going on in Schuylkill County. And if you have any interest in boxing, then pay attention. But the Golden Gloves down in the Schuylkill County area, maybe is going to be the spark we need to see the ring set up again here in the greater Hazleton area. Our Mike Madry went down and found out what's going on. Here's what he can tell you.
The Golden Gloves boxing tournament has been around since 1923, specializing in amateur boxing. It's historic in every aspect. And two boxers from St. Clair, Liz Morris and Antonio Canigliaro, have the chance to represent the area in this year's competition.
A lot of preparation goes into a fight. You want to go in the best you can be. I mean, mentally, physically, everything. You want it to the best. You eat healthy, you go to sleep early, you eat, sleep, and drink boxing.
The training, the diet, and the mental preparation all come with the sport. For many boxers, their trainers are their right-hand man. And for Canigliaro and Morris, the story is no different.
I mean, the whole total idea of boxing is not just the mental part, but it's the physical part. Because without the physical, the mental doesn't help you. So conditioning is the ultimate in that. Once they're in condition, once we get 2-3 hours of our workout in, then we go into the focus on the mind, getting all the proper techniques down, the angles, the footwork, the combinations. And you do it over and over for years, you become good.
These jabs are for training purposes only. However, today, these fighters hope these jabs result in knockouts.
Morris and Canigliaro will both compete in Philadelphia today. If they can win, they become district champions. For Canigliaro, he knows not to underestimate his opponent.
Yeah, same size. He's quick. He moves pretty good. I got to use like a lot of speed and a lot of movement.
If their success continues past district and states, they have a chance to go to Salt Lake City and compete against amateur boxing stars from across the country. The man in charge of directing all of these matches, Golden Globes representative Bernard Bruni.
So we have a lot of history with boxers that went through our Golden Glove program, and hopefully Liz and Antonio will follow suit. And well, they're already champions in and out of the ring now, but hopefully they can become state champs and go on to the nationals.
Competing in the grueling sport of boxing isn't just all fun and games, these boxers say. You have to make sacrifices. One of the biggest sacrifices these fighters face is away from the gym and ring, but it's an obvious one.
He's gotta eat healthy.
A lot of eggs and salad and fresh chicken, fish.
For Liz Morris and Antonio Canigliaro, today will decide how their hard work has paid off. The blood, sweat, tears, and training for this match started all the way back in early March. They hope they can come out on top and get back into the gym to train in hopes for their next match. Mike Madry, News 13, St. Clair.
Now, let's take a look at checking out the scoreboards from yesterday. The Hazleton area girls softball team remains undefeated, 7-1 the final there. Meanwhile, in the Schuylkill League, North Schuylkill sneaks by Tamaqua in a close one. Boys varsity baseball, you know the name Sal Biazzi, great basketball player. Yesterday showed why baseball is also a pretty tough game with him. He had the walk-off game-winning hit, a 2-run double in the bottom of the 7th inning. Meanwhile, MMI, 3-2 winners over Nanticoke. Tamaqua pounds out a 10-8 win over North Schuylkill, and Monoy sneaks by Shenandoah Valley 5-4 in that one. Tennis action, Hazleton area wins the singles, Hazleton area wins the doubles, straight set wins over Coughlin yesterday, and the same for Wyoming Seminary. They're perennially one of the better teams in the conference, and they showed why, taking care of business against MMI. In volleyball, Hazleton area had a 2-game-to-1 set advantage, but Dallas came roaring back. Cougars drop a 3-2 set decision to the Dallas Mountaineers. Baseball today, Berwick-Hazleton area. They're going to try it on Monday. Now, Marion at Williams Valley We can get a report of a cancellation, so they're going to try to get it going. Same thing, Monoy at Tri-Valley. Wyoming Sem MMI in softball, that one off the books, no makeup date. Marion and Nativity, that one still, they're going to make an attempt to get it in. Track and field, I found out, this is a go. It's the Olympian Invitational down at Jim Thorpe High School. The Hazleton area girls will be one of 15 teams competing tonight. It'll be a little chilly, but it's a go. Varsity tennis, Redeemer MMI postponed, no makeup date. That's what we've got as far as the schedule. It's been something everybody's been waiting for. The area's newest state-of-the-art facility is now open. We're talking about celebrations down at Sand Springs. It's going to seat up to 300. And whether it's private bridal suites that you're interested in or exquisite on-site ceremony location, this is the place you want to check out. Breathtaking floor-to-ceiling stone fireplaces, elegant cathedral ceilings, and they have the large windows overlooking the picturesque first hole of the fairway. White glove service from a friendly and courteous staff. It's celebrations at Clubhouse Drive, Drums, Pennsylvania, located within the Sand Springs complex.
Plenty more news and information headed your way on News 13. The latest on a popular place in our area to buy almost everything, which was condemned this morning. That story and much more news when the 13 crew comes right back.